I'm John Beaudin. It's part one of our conversation with John DeNicola. This is Rock History Music.
At the Academy Awards, do you remember that moment? Will that never leave you, or were you stunned? What was that moment like?
Yeah, I remember it pretty well. We were not necessarily expecting to win. You're sitting there and you're wondering, and they did such bigger productions. They do each song through the night, and they did such bigger productions on just about every other song than they did on The Time of My Life. Ours was kind of a mellow, wasn't a big production. They did I think it was a movie, I forget the name of the movie, but 30 people coming through the aisles, and so Frankie and I were looking at each other like, oh geez, I don't know, that they're not setting this up so well for us. And so we didn't think we were a shoo-in for sure. Yeah, I mean, a moment like that never, not that I think about it often, but when I do, I can easily retrace it all. Some of the highlights for me were meeting John Candy, Jack Nicholson. He came over to me, came over to our table. It's your night, fellas. Enjoy it. It's your night. We had the Oscar at that point. So there were a lot of memorable nights. I did notice, coming from New York City, that the LA party scene seemed much more subdued than what I would expect.
Really?
Yeah. That's one of the things I bring with me. But
by the way, where's the Oscar?
Oh, it's back in New York City. We haven't been in the city in about 4 months now. When all hell broke loose, we actually got out. We have a place upstate and a place in the city. And my son actually went back to the city. He's there working a lot, actually. And things are going pretty good in the city now.
Yeah.
It was crazy there for a while, as everybody knows. So we'd left just when they were starting to talk about it. It wasn't even a big thing yet. No, everybody was still trying to wrap their head around it. And, come this time of year, we head up here a lot anyway, but we haven't been back since then. And particularly now that my son is in the apartment, we can't really go there unless he's quarantines himself for a couple of weeks. But the numbers are way down. In fact, Governor Cuomo was there today talking about it. That's the part I don't wrap my head around. So I guess we did things right, and the numbers came way down.
When Elton John released Mama Can't Buy Your Love, I remember I went, Tom Bell, who's that? And my friends are going, because I was young, I was a teenager. Speaking of the stylistics and the song he co-wrote, the fact that you re-released People Make the World Go Round, listen, every world's a little different, but my first impression was, I haven't heard that song in a long time, and why haven't I? I'm listening to the wrong radio stations maybe, but I like it when to me it felt like a perfect timing to re-hear that song again, because I forgot that I'd loved that song so much.
It's beautiful. It's such a well-written song. I mean, it's just beautiful. And the production, I didn't stray too far. I kind of just did try to do my version of what was on there. And I just always loved that song. As I said earlier, I covered that in a band when I was a kid. So I just always loved that song. In a way, I almost feel like a 17-year-old. You know how 17-year-olds just jump in and do it and don't think about it. And I look back and I go, where did I have the nerve to do People Make the World Go Round? Can't find my way home, but
I think that's an example of who you are, that actually finally released this album. As an outsider looking in, obviously I don't know what's going on in your head, but to me it all seems to really make sense that you did those songs. Of course you did those songs because of course you released that album right now. It's like you're that guy that's doing it now. So to me it makes sense that you did that.
No, I'm glad. The fact that it's that's in Billboard. I don't know. Did you see that one article? I mean, what a beautiful article. That Dirty Dancing is still spawning top 30 hits 33 years later. It's been a magical project, and everybody involved with it. I'm talking about Dirty Dancing. Eleanor Bergstein, the writer, Frankie, and just everybody around it acknowledge it as a sort of a magical, project. I remember Emile Ardolino, who passed away, we were talking, he said it was just one of these convergences of everything lining up and had a life of its own. It's just beyond all of the parts, which is what it has been, because it's been 33 years.
Yeah.
Make sure you comment on our videos, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos. And buy a t-shirt, help support our channel. Link in the description of this video. I'm John Beaudin from Rock History Music.